Hey, what's going on, friend? Juan Pablo here from 100% Finance. So glad to have you here on our YouTube channel. So today, we're going to be discussing step 2 in our 4-step process on closing a cash flowing rental unit. Not just one rental unit, not single family, but multi-unit, multiple units. It's amazing, right? One of our clients, Sean, he actually closed on a deal. He's currently in a program again for his second deal. So if you guys forgot about Sean, let's just show a clip of him right now.
I was able to get 2 doors. I think we called it a multi-unit. And then I remember when I got the deal in front of me, it was cash flowing. And I think the phrase when it was presented to me, yeah, it's a 2 units. But it cash flows like a 5, and that was once I heard that, I'm like, okay, you know what, that makes sense. Let's move forward. And it was one of the best decisions I made because again, that helped move me forward. Otherwise, if I was doing this on my own, I would have looked at things the wrong way, and I may have walked away from an opportunity.
All right, great. So some of you guys may be familiar with Sean's experience with our programs in acquiring multi-unit property. And I have to say, this is a tangent, but I'm so happy that the states opened back up. Why? Because it's back to business. No more having to wear a suit with basketball shorts underneath. I'm just happy that I can actually go out the house and actually check out some properties. It's amazing. Now, you might be in a situation in which, hey, you don't want to go out the house right now, and I get it. That's perfectly understandable. However, you can still do real estate investing virtually. In fact, you don't have to actually do real estate investing in your backyard, right? Because I'm currently in Atlanta right now as we speak, but my portfolio is in Pennsylvania. As long as you have the proper systems in place and the teams in place, then by golly, you can do real estate anywhere. Follow? Make sense? You can analyze deals anywhere. And speaking of deal analysis, let's just do a short and sweet walkthrough through a deal that we actually presented to Sean for his second deal. Because we have a lot of clients who do repeat business with us. Why? Because they want to be financially free, independent. Doing one deal is not going to afford you financial freedom. You have to do multiple deals. And our proven model is this: just do a deal every 6 months. That's manageable. If you have a full-time job, you have wife and kids, you have other commitments, that's all great, right? 2 deals a year is not bad. That's the same approach that I took, and we recommend that for others. So let me shut up my mouth. Let's go to this next clip about me analyzing the deal. All right, now we are here to the screen share about this deal. Now, I might have misspoke earlier and said a duplex, so you might hear me say this in this video, but it looks like it's actually a 4-unit. It looks like a duplex, but it must be 2 parcels of land. That's why the street address is actually hyphenated with 2 different street numbers because of that purpose. It's actually 4 units, not 2. And you can see it here. In regard to the total units, it has 1, 2, 3, and 4, which looks like it's good cash flow. That's doing the math in my head. $1,700 a month in cash flow. So what I like to do, guys, is when I'm looking at a listing, before I put any numbers in my deal analyzer, I always implement the 1% rule. What is the 1% rule? Well, the monthly rents, gross monthly rents, should equal to 1% of the purchase price. So if the purchase price is $85,000, if we're buying it at the price that the seller wants it, 1% of $85,000 is $850. Does the monthly rent trump $850? It sure does, by a huge margin. So this might be a sweet deal, but of course the cash flow may not be that strong. We don't know yet because we're just looking at the listing. We didn't do the analysis because we don't have any numbers here in regard to the expenses. We don't see the insurance, utilities, or anything of that nature. The only expenses I see on here is the taxes, and that's pretty much it. Okay, but I do see that utilities available: electric, gas, sewer, and water. It doesn't share who's paying it, whether it's the owner or the tenant. So that's extremely important, right? Because it will have an impact on your cash flow. But here's the listing here, guys. And so one of the first things I do is apply the 1% rule. And by the way, this is a deal that we presented to Sean. As I shared, he's doing his second deal with us in our program, and he's buying a property out of state. He lives in the New Jersey, New York area, and he's buying his next deal in Pennsylvania. So this is like a good deal for him as well. Now, if we take a look here, we have some pictures of the property, so that way you can see what the back of the property looks like, the streets and so forth. It looks pretty cool. It's not too bad. Now let's take a quick view of the numbers. All right, so here are the numbers. So I'm not going to dive too deep as I share. I typically do that for the clients that are in our program, but I'll just give you a brief overview for you folks, you good folks there on YouTube. I sound like an old guy saying that. All right, well, here's the revenue, baby. The monthly income is $1,700. We saw it on the listing. And the monthly expenses, when we reached out to the agent to get more clarity on the numbers, is this amount here, $1,109.34. So if you do the math, subtract the income from the expenses, we get the cash flow. $590.66. Now the monthly expenses, being that we just do a quick analysis, it does include the debt service like the mortgage payment, okay, so just giving you some insight, but the monthly cash flow is $590. So let's take a minute and think about that. 4 units for $85,000, that's cheap for one. That means you're paying about $20,000 to $21,000 a unit, which is sweet. And 1% of $85,000, which is the purchase price, is $850, and the monthly rent is $1,700. That's super sweet. Secondly, you're getting a 4 unit and it's cash flowing close to $600 a month with a cap rate, as you see here, of 14%. And your return on cash is high, almost 60%. Now, I do want to make this clear. Not every deal is going to look like this deal, right? It just happened to be a sweet deal. Maybe the seller is motivated for selling. Who knows? There's a deal that we came across, and we definitely would like to present it to our client, Sean. But just keep in mind, even though this is a rough analysis, it doesn't mean that once due diligence comes around the corner, again, this is phase 2, we're just finding a deal, doing the rough numbers, analyzing it before we get into phase 3, which is verifying all the numbers. So these numbers could change a bit. But as long as it has a strong cash on cash return, cap rate, and cash flow, then by all means, you want to move forward with it, okay? And then here's some more financial analysis that we have. So again, I'm not going to go into depth. This is a YouTube video, so I just want to give you an overview of what we do for our clients within our program. But you see there's a breakdown here of all the expenses, all that good stuff. It shows the location of the property, additional photos, and that's it. All right, so happy investing, my friend, and feel free to reach out to us and definitely consider investing in safe, affordable markets, even if it means having to explore outside of your backyard, just like Sean. He lives in New Jersey, invest in PA. Why not? Well, there you have it. We just did a screen share showing you deal analysis. I know it was short and sweet. It wasn't too much in depth. We pretty much reserved that for clients that's in our program. But I just want to give you a taste and an overview of exactly what kind of deals we look at and so forth. And by the way, don't hate on a duplex. Because I get that. People say, oh, I can just do a duplex by myself. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can do a single family. You can do 100 units by yourself. Most definitely. However, you want to make sure you follow a proven system and have a team in place as well. So that way, you can be what I like to call a real estate entrepreneur, where you're doing deals left and right. And I'm sure you can, and we'll be happy to help if you need that assistance. And by the way, guys, this is always to your success. Continue to earn passively, live passionately, and let's get back to business.